Hello everyone, I hope you are fine. So let's start with yet another topic, that is your cases. So the case form of data representation is used by question setters in order to test the student's feel for numbers, for variables and their interrelationships, and his or her ability to convert the information which is provided into a useful data representation format. So the questions and their answers hinge on the student's ability to first spot the variables under consideration and then to interrelate the given variables in order to make sense of the raw information which is provided by the case. Now, a case is nothing but a paragraph or a passage which provides information about what? About the values of the variables. So most cases are solved by converting the provided information into a tabular format. The student is advised to follow some of the steps which I am going to tell you to do this. Now the one and the only thing which I want to tell you before going to the steps is that people say that you need to make a table. Okay, what do people say? They say that you need to make a table. But what I am going to tell you is that make whatever you want to make. If you are given any case and you have to do something with the data, not exactly you have to do something, but the thing is that you have to answer a few questions with the help of the data or the paragraph or anything which is provided to you, correct? So you have to accumulate or aggregate that data in a format that you understand. Alright, so if you understand it better in form of a rough bar graph, okay, or XY chart, or you can say pie chart, then maybe draw that. If you do not feel comfortable with tables, then do not draw tables. Just do whatever way you feel comfortable in. Alright, people are going to say that you have to draw tables. The reason being that they are versatile. Okay, if I'll talk about pie charts, they are not as versatile as tables. Okay, because only one kind of variable can be represented on pie charts, whereas that is not the case with tables. So just try few questions and see what you can use. What are you comfortable with? Are you comfortable with using tables? Are you comfortable with using pie charts? Are you comfortable with using XY charts? Alright, and just do not, restrict yourself. Do not make this comment in your head that alright, you have to only use tables or maybe pie charts or maybe this or maybe that to solve each and every question. No. Be open. Have the freedom to use anything, whatever you want. Okay. So let's come to the steps which we need to follow. So here I have made this very pretty thing to basically show you people that there are 3 steps which you need to follow. Okay. So what is your step 1? Let's discuss step 1. So step 1 says that during your first reading, identify the variables in the data. So initially you have to identify what? The variables which are given in the data, the number of instances of these variables provided, and also the respective interrelationship amongst the variable. So the first step is going to be what? Identification. For this identification, what you can do is you can, underline the important terms which are given, or you can just, maybe circle them, or maybe you can write them separately, but you have to do identification first. Okay, now after having identified these things, you people will be in a position to establish a clear picture of all the information and the requisite tabular format to solve the given case, correct? So you people are going to identify it, and then you people are going to be in a position to actually check that what kind of format you want. You want to draw a pie chart, or you want to draw a table. If you want to draw it in a tabular format, then what kind of tabular format, etc. Okay. Now this step is also very important. Why? And it's important from the examination point of view. Why? Because you people can estimate the amount of time which is required to solve the case. Okay, so hence you people will be in a position to make a better decision about whether the case you are pursuing is worth solving under the exam conditions or not. Now suppose I'm solving a question and I'm doing this first step. Okay, I'm reading the question and I've marked all the important data, all the important points which are given in the question, and after that what I have done, I basically was in a position to actually check that, all right, maybe this question is going to take hell lot of time for me to solve. Maybe the calculations which are involved in there, maybe the formulas which I need to solve it fast, I do not know that. So I will leave that question in the examination. Okay. Now one thing is there. If in your examination, suppose there are 10 questions, okay, there is no necessity to solve all the 10 questions. If you know 6 questions and you are short for that 6 questions, just do those 6 questions and do not worry about the rest 4 questions. Yes, you can actually try solving those 4 questions, and if you feel that okay, maybe out of 4 questions you have solved 2 and you are 80-20% sure about that question, then you can go and attempt that question. But do not, just blindly do all the questions for the sake of just doing that. Okay, so now let's come to step 2. So what does step 2 says? Step 2 says chart out the table required and fill in the direct data given in the question into the table. Now at this stage, the objective should not be to complete the table, but to get down the direct information provided in the case of a table. It's also important for you people to distinguish between the two approaches. And what are those 2 approaches? To try to make a table for the sake of completing the table, and to make the table to get results for that. Okay. Now remember, marks are allotted for the answer of the question, not filling of the table. So suppose you people were making a table, and in that table, like, okay, 3 things were like this and 3 things were like that. So 3 rows and 3 columns. And suppose these things which I am marking with black were filled, and the rest which are empty, they weren't given. And if out of these empty pieces there are no question asked from these empty pieces, then there is no necessity to solve these empty pieces. Why to waste your time solving in stuff which you do not require? Alright, so what is going to be step 2? Step 2 is going to be tabulating your information, or you can say, I would say, like, representation of your data. Presentatation. Correct? Representation of data. So representation of data is very, very important. So step 2 is going to be nothing but representation of data. Now what is going to be your step 3? So now with the basic framework of the table, which I've already told you, the approach of students should be to identify the required solutions from the question asked and solve only to get the answer of the question asked. However, note that there are, stuff which you people will do wrong. Okay. Now note that here, that as rule, any intermediate information derived in this process should be directly transferred to the table, since it's quite likely that the calculations you have done for one question might be repeated in the next question. Hence, in order to avoid reworking on things already done once, transfer any information derived during the process of solving one question onto the table so that it's available for all your subsequent questions. And this step is very, very important. Why it's important? Now suppose in this table, what I've done is I found this thing. In question number 2, I found the green thing. And suppose in question number 3, I actually wanted this. And for actually wanting the blue one, I wanted information which was in question number 2. So when I will be solving question number 3, why to solve 2 again, when I already have done that and I already have information related from that question. So do not waste your time. If in your previous questions you are getting any information which can be helpful for your further questions, just write it down. Do not kill your time. Just do not kill your time. I'm repeating this. Alright. So these are few steps, and these kind of questions, these cases are pretty simple. So now what I'm going to do is we are going to read a question and we're going to solve some related question from that. Okay. So what were cases? Simple है, आपको data representation करनी आनी चाहिए for doing cases, and you need to make sure that what sort of data representation suits you the best or the question the best. It might be that in some question XY charts are very viable if you use them, or maybe in other cases bar charts can be. So you have to see and you have to look out for yourself. Okay. Now I'm not saying that in all the questions you have to use representation as well. Like I will be solving a question and I will be only using some rough work and some calculations for solving that question. Nothing fancy. Okay, that can also be done, because at the end of the day, the examiner is not checking the process according to which you solve that question. What the examiner is checking is the end result of your question. That end product of your question is the one thing that matters the most. And I feel if you can get to that answer in the shortest amount of time possible, and obviously accurately, that is going to be the finest thing ever possible for you people, obviously, to get the marks, correct? So let's go on to the question. Now this is the question which we want. In this question, I've tried to bold down the letters which are of importance, but while I'm going to read this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to underline all the important things, and what I want you people is to either just pause the video and take a screenshot of it, or pause the video and write the question down. All right, because I am not going to wait for you people to write, because this is a video lecture. Obviously you people can pause, you have that option available with you. So I hope you people are going to do this. And if you people do not want to copy all of it, just copy the important points. Like there are some numbers and some important dates which are given in this, so just mark those things and just write only those points down if you do not want to write other stuff or the whole of the stuff. Okay, so let's go back to reading. Okay, Mr. Hola Bola, what kind of a name? Let's try not to laugh. Okay, so Mr. Hola Bola is facing a decision problem. So let's draw him. This is Hola Bola. Okay, Hola Bola. Hola Bola. Okay, so Mr. Hola Bola is facing a decision problem. He has excellent training products but is not sure about the demand for his products. He wants to set up a training center to provide training programs for senior executive, junior executive, and non-executive level. His financial advisor, Mr. Aman, told him that if he wants to set up a non-executive level training center, the total cost would be on two counts. Alright, the first would be a fixed cost which is 2 lakhs per annum. Besides, it would also entail a variable cost of training per candidate, which is going to be 1,000 per candidate trained. He further estimated that if a training center is set up for conducting junior executive and non-executive level training programs, the total fixed cost would be what? 3.2 lakh per annum, and the cost of training per candidate will be 750. Now Mr. Aman motivates Mr. Hola to set up a combined training center for senior executive, junior executive, and non-executive. Now the fixed cost of which is 5 lakhs per annum, and the cost of providing training per candidate is nothing but 500. So you are a hotshot IIM Ahmedabad MBA. Whoa, let's just underline this and like highlight this particular thing. So we are what? Hotshot IIM Ahmedabad MBA and have decision making abilities. So we people have decision making abilities. So please help Mr. Hola Bola by answering the following question. So I hope you people understood what I was trying to tell you, or what basically this question was trying to tell. Alright, so what I want you people now is to pause the video and write all the important things which I have marked. Okay, all these important things, whatever I have marked in this question, just write it down, so that when we are solving the question, you people are having a better understanding of what the question is all about. Alright, so this is question 1. Okay, here it is 495. Just apologize for this thing. It's 495. Okay, so what is it? So question 1 says, what would be the volume that Mr. Hola should train, where he would be indifferent between setting up a non-executive level and non-executive and junior executive level training center. Alright, so let's suppose that X be the volume for it. So what is going to be the volume? X is going to be the volume for it. Okay, so the cost of training your X candidates in both these should be same for indifference between the two options. Correct? Basically what I'm trying to say is that the volume is X. Okay. Now if the volume is X, then the cost of training of these X number of candidates in both of these should be what? It should be same for indifference between the options. Okay, this basically means what? This basically means that like 2 lakhs was basically what was there, plus 1000 candidates was there, which is going to be 3.2 lakh. 1000 was what was that, and 750x. So basically this should be equal to this, should be equated to this. This means what? This means if I do some of the calculations, then what is going to come? It's going to come that 250x is nothing but 1.2 lakhs. Okay, so x is going to be what? X is going to be 120,000 because it's lakhs upon 250. Correct. 120,000 upon 250, which is nothing but what? 480. So what is the answer? 480. Correct. I hope you people understood this. If you haven't understood this, just pause the video and solve, because कुछ भी नहीं है, सिर्फ एक equation बनेगी and the rest is very very simple. So try doing this on your own. Okay. So what is your next question? Your next question is, what would be the volume that Mr. Holler should train, where he would be indifferent between setting up a training center for junior and non-executive and senior, junior and non-executive level. So question 2 is also like question 1. What we need to do is we need to assume that alright, X is the volume. So I'll assume that X is nothing but the volume. So if X is my volume, then 3.2 lakhs plus 750x, because it was already given, 5 lakh plus 500x is basically what the equation is going to come. If I'm going to solve it, it's going to be nothing but 250x is going to be 1.8 lakh and x is going to be what? 720. If I solve it, 1.8 lakhs upon 250, so x is going to be 720. So is there a 720 in the option? Yes, so 720. Question number 3. Question number 3 says, what would be the volume that Mr. Holler should train, where he could be indifferent between setting up a training center for non-executive and for all the 3 categories? It's also similar to question 1 and 2. Correct. What I need to do is, I need to assume that X is the total volume. If X is the total volume, then 2 lakh plus 1000 times X is nothing but 5 lakh plus 500x, which is correct. Right. So if I solve this, what it's going to do is 1000x minus 500x is nothing but 500x, which is going to be what? 3 lakhs. So it's going to be what? X is going to be nothing but 600. So here X is going to be nothing but 600. I hope you people are understanding this, because it's very very simple. There's nothing. There is just one equation which you need to make, and once you know how to make that equation, once you have made that equation, then everything is very very simple, and you can see that everything is very very simple and pretty easy to understand and to calculate as well. It's oral. Everything is oral. You do not have to do anything, and you can see that in this question you do not have to make any table, you do not have to make any pie chart, any bar chart, any XY chart, anything. You do not require anything. So if you get any kind of question like this, if you can normally go and solve the questions, then do not waste your time for representing that question. Do not waste your time for representation cause. Okay, just do whatever stuff you need to do, whatever calculations you need to do, and just solve and go with that question. Okay, so next question is, let's assume that Mr. Holler shares the same vision and that Mr. Balmas, here Aman has to come. I'm so sorry. Here Mr. Aman is going to come. Okay. Has and sets up a training center for all the 3 categories. Now in the first year, he manages to train 1200 candidates at 1250 per candidate. So what would be his profile? Okay, I hope you people understood this. What they are trying to say is that Mr. Holler shares the same vision as Mr. Aman. Okay, and for training center for all the 3 categories, he want to set up that. And for first year, he manages to train these much candidates At what rate? 1250 per candidate. So what are the profits? So here what I can say is that what are the sales? So if I talk about sales, sales are going to be 1200 into 1250, correct, which is nothing but 15 lakhs. And what is going to be the cost? If I talk about cost, I am saying the total cost. T means your total cost for all the 3 levels. So for all the 3 levels, the total cost is going to be 5 lakhs plus your 500 into 1200, which is nothing but this whole is going to be 11 lakhs. So the profit is going to be what? What is profit? Now by common sense, profit is your total sales minus total cost, correct? This is what is your profit. So if I do that, it's going to be 15 lakhs minus 11 lakhs, which is going to be what? 4 lakhs. Simple. So 4 lakhs is going to be your answer. What did I do? I calculated the total sales, I calculated the total cost, and for profit what I did? Total sales minus your total cost is nothing but your profit, and that came out to be what? 11 lakhs minus, 15 lakhs minus 11 lakhs is nothing but your 4 lakhs. So this is what? This is your total profit which came out. Okay. Next question is, in your question 4th, what happened? Something happened in question 4 and we just calculated it, right? So what is the profit percentage in the first year of operation? Now here, that 0.3 wala part जो मैंने आपको steps में बताया था, that came in. That if you have any important information in your previous question which you can apply in your next question, just write it down. Okay, do not erase or do not do any kind of stuff with that information. Just write it down because it can be very very helpful and it can solve the problem. Now अगर मेरे पास 4th question की ये सारी calculations जो मैंने ऊपर करी हैं ये सारी नहीं होती, तो for solving 5th question मुझे वो सारा कुछ दोबारा से करना पड़ता, because in 5th question there is reference of 4th question. That means I have to take data from 4th question. Okay, so what is the profit percentage in the first year of the operation? So if I do that, what's going to come? Total cost is going to be what? Total cost is going to be what I calculated in question number 4th, which is nothing but total cost is nothing but here it's given 11 lakhs. So it's going to be 11 lakhs. And what was the profit? Profit was nothing but profit was 4 lakhs. Correct. So here itself profit ही हमारा यहाँ पे 4 lakhs आ गया, ठीक है? तो मैंने total cost लिख ली, मैंने अपना profit लिख लिया. So what is going to be the percentage of profit? So profit percent, if I calculate profit percent, that is going to be 4 हमारा profit था upon the cost of your 11 lakhs. तो lakhs के जो zero है वो cancel हो गए into 100 for your percentage. So this is going to be what? 36.36 I guess. 36.36 percentage. So here 36.66 को हम कर लेते हैं. This is approximately. This is approximately. Okay. So we can just mark this one. So I hope you people understood what we are trying to do. Okay, we did this. We studied about these steps which we need to follow in order to solve the cases. Then we read this question and we marked all the important things. Then we did question 1, 2 and 3. If you want to know the answers, because I don't know how, but they are gone. So it's 480. Then I guess it was 720, and I guess in your third one it was 600 maybe. I don't know. And 4th and 5th is given. It's 4 lakhs and 36.66 or 36.36. You just have to do the calculation and check which one is correct. Okay. So this is what the cases was. I hope you people understood how you need to solve the cases. What are the steps which you need to follow in order to solve the cases. Now, if you want to solve more questions and if you want to see any kind of document or any more videos and or any more stuff which you people want related to this topic or any topic which is related to CAT, you can go to EduRev site or website and you can check all the data which is provided there by our team, and you can just go and practice there. There are so many question papers available there as well, past papers and all the other test series and all the other stuff. So you people can go and just do that stuff there. So thank you very much. Have a good day.